The world is full of fun, thrilling, and interesting facts. Facts that might make us giggle or even shake our heads in disbelief. But those fun facts are as easy to learn as they are to forget. The following facts, however, are not those kinds of factoids. These are the kinds of facts worth holding on to and jotting down in our memory bank, although they are often of the less fun variety. If you like true stories of the strange, macabre, and paranormal, then please click on that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you can be notified every time a new episode of Grim Events is uploaded. Without further ado, let's discuss some interesting facts that are not of the fun variety. Fridges have magnetic doors because kids used to get stuck inside them. If you've ever seen an old refrigerator, you might have noticed a feature recent models no longer have: mechanical door latches. Back in the day, many children would climb into refrigerators, get stuck inside, and suffocate before their parents could find them. To prevent these horrible accidents from ever happening again, refrigerator manufacturers now make fridges with magnetic doors instead. Only 18 states in the U.S. require sex ed to be medically accurate. Since there are no federal guidelines for sex ed, standards in public schools across the U.S. vary widely, depending on each state. Interestingly, 27 states require lessons to focus on abstinence, and only 18 states require lessons to have a medically correct syllabus. It only takes 7 pounds of force to rip someone's ear off. Talk about unfun facts. This is one I'm sure I'll never forget. It turns out that the amount of pressure necessary for someone to be able to rip a human ear off is 7 pounds. Do what you will with this information, but I kindly ask you do not try this at home. In medieval Europe, many would pay executioners to drink the blood of the freshly executed, warm from the gallows, believing it to be a powerful health tonic. In a time when superstitions were the bread and butter of medicine, it was believed that drinking the blood from a freshly executed criminal could be a tonic. The belief stems from the idea that an executed criminal has been purified via their punishment, and so would now offer a source of blood that brings healing to those who consumed it. Graves being 6 feet deep came from the 1665 plague outbreak in England. The practice of burying our dead at least 6 feet deep has a surprisingly practical birthplace, that of trying to prevent the spread of disease. During the plague that ravaged much of Europe, the mayor of London came up with the idea to bury those who had passed on at least 6 feet deep, to prevent the disease that killed them from further spreading. Vending machines kill more people each year than sharks do. Vending machines are roughly 13 times more deadly than sharks. At least that's what the statistics show. In the year 2021, there was only one fatal shark attack worldwide, while the death toll for those dastardly vending machines is far higher. In the year 2021 alone, those sneaky snack dispensers claimed the lives of 13 people in just the USA. Atlantic bluefin tuna can cook itself. Atlantic bluefin tuna is one of the very few kinds of fish that have warm blood similar to mammals. Their warm blood allows them to survive the frigid temperatures of the seas that they swim in, but at a cost. Should the fish overexert itself, it can actually cook its own body through its overheated blood. There are more slaves working today than during any other period in history. Slavery is one of the darkest parts of our shared human history, categorically known to be one of the worst things that human beings inflict on one another. Yet surprisingly, the cruel practice still exists and even thrives today. Historians estimate that there are 13 million slaves worldwide between the 15th and 19th century. Today, experts believe that there are at least 40.3 million slaves globally. Vesna Vulovic broke the world record for the highest fall without a parachute. She did it while being the sole survivor of a plane crash. Vesna Vulovic was a Serbian flight attendant who scored herself the Guinness World Record for surviving the highest fall without a parachute in 1972. Unfortunately, that record wasn't won intentionally, but instead was earned by being the sole survivor of a crashing plane. Vulovic survived by becoming trapped in the fuselage as the rest of the aircraft fell away and disintegrated. A mortician will sew a person's jaw shut and insert special contact lenses into their eyes to keep them shut in order to prepare for an open casket. When it comes to funerals, there are two types, an open casket and a closed casket. There is a lot that goes into preparing for an open casket. Not only do they need to show the person's mouth closed, but they also have to put contact lenses in, which keeps the eyes shut. Additionally, morticians will also ensure that their hair is styled and makeup is applied. If you're wondering what you're watching on the screen, it is a shot from a video game that I play called The Mortician's Assistant. If you haven't played it before, you should definitely check it out. In 1923, a jockey suffered a fatal heart attack, but his horse finished and won the race, making him the first and only jockey to win a race after death. Frank Hayes has the distinct honor of being the only jockey who posthumously ever won a horse race. The unlucky jockey managed to get the record by suffering a heart attack while riding his horse during a race. The heart attack proved fatal, but that didn't stop Hayes from giving it his all and still coming out the winner. Fear can actually make blood curdle. Now, I'm sure you've heard the old cliche that something sounded like a blood-curdling scream, but it's more than just an expression. In an experiment, scientists found that watching a horror movie increased the coagulants in subjects' blood. This increases the blood's ability to clot, which is likely a defense mechanism in anticipation of an attack, but can also be deadly. Well, there you have it, folks. 12 interesting yet unfun facts. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of your day.